Okay, guys, for the first time since I made this channel, hi guys and welcome. I'm Coach Gary or Gary G Reviews, and I wanted to make this live stream because if I recorded this and the video is gonna be like so completely insane amount of footage to edit. Although I don't want to make this too long, but we are going to have to get to what Greg said. I mean, throughout his video and how he's addressing this dietitian here, Abbey Sharp. So if you don't know who Greg is, well, maybe you know. And if you watch my previous videos or if you know me, you probably know who Greg is also. And Abbey Sharp is dietitian. So guys, I am extremely passionate about this the same way that Greg is about what she said and why I cannot stress this enough, why it's so extremely misleading to the general populace, so to speak, to people that want to lose weight, and why it sends the wrong message. So I'm going to get in all of this and address what she said, what Greg said, everything in this video, and just there are so many points that I want to make. Before I continue, guys, I want to let you know that I have a promotion at my OnlyFans, and my OnlyFans is for fitness education and sex educational content. So if you want the value out of Netflix of sex education, links down below into the description. So without being said, I'm streaming this very early, so probably nobody will watch it live. I have a few videos to record today, so it's a very busy Thursday. But really, this calls for a special live stream, as I said. So I'm going to be watching the chat, but first, I'm just gonna get through the video, and in order to not interrupt my thoughts, I'm going to address the comments if there's any as soon as I can. So without further ado, guys, let's get to this. Greg's video and what she said, what he said, and all of those things. Because they're freaking important, guys. Very important, especially for people that want to lose weight and want to be in the better shape. The points that I'm gonna address here, that Greg also addresses here, are just essential. So let's see.
Maybe instead of screaming the entire video, I should have just went, ugh, after every single sentence she says.
Yeah, that is a horrible way. I mean, it's just not professional. I also am beyond myself about what she said, but I'm not gonna. Although, yeah, it kind of calls for it.
Highest dietitian named Abbey Shark doo 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 doo. Abbey Shark doo 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 doo. Well, that's what I thought it was. Anyway, I went into it thinking, well, she's going to be biased. She's going to say my diet's not good. But I was amazed, shocked, and confused at how horrible of a review she did.
Yeah.
She spent probably 6 months of her life to review Coach Greg. And she had to cherry pick every single video she could find to try to paint the picture a certain way that I'm somehow not knowledgeable about dieting, training, and that I give bad advice, and that I somehow fat shame people.
Yeah, that is first, I want to say that. That is absolutely ridiculous. First, Greg has his whole life, he's training since he was a kid, and I'm training since I was a kid, but the difference is that he is a professional bodybuilder and he was natural through whole of his life. If you don't know, then he had to turn pro, so he took some performance enhancing. I'm not gonna say the full word because of YouTube, but yeah, the point is that he did had like his whole life of training, of experience in dieting as a professional bodybuilder, went natural and then switched to not being natural, which doesn't mean that all of a sudden he doesn't know anything. Just the opposite. You have to have in mind everything, even if you're not natural, and still have to watch what you're eating and how you're eating it. But we're gonna get to all of that. So it's kind of ridiculous that she is she's basically thinking about, I mean, she is not segregating him, but the word is that I'm looking for is she's accusing him of shaming and all of those things. In the same time, she's doing all of the same things to Greg. So yeah, very Yeah, I'm speechless. Okay.
Now, as I did some extra digging, I did find that Greg has been accused of using performance enhancing drugs in the media, as there has been multiple violations related to smuggling and distributing
What?
illegal anabolic steroids in Canada.
But he's been accused of selling them and smuggling them in Canada. But
Yeah.
I'm not accusing him. No, no, he would never. Even though I've said in about 100 videos that I've done them. Come on, Abby, come on.
Whether he actually uses these drugs is out for debate, and I am 100% not accusing anyone of that.
I'm 100% not accusing anyone of that. Oh my goodness, no, I don't dare say anything. I admit to it. I've done so in a million videos.
Again,
Yeah, he is freaking is one of the most open people on YouTube ever about his use because he wants to put a light on it. He wants to explain, what those substances do to the body, and he is also taking HRT on a regular basis because when you take those, performance enhancement, I'm just gonna call them substances for shorter. Uh, a lot of guys, if not, well, almost all, it depends on, for how long you're taking them, your organism, all of that. You're going to screw up your natural testosterone production. So you will have to be on HRT for the rest of your life, probably. And that is what happened to Greg. So he has to sustain himself, and on his age, is recommended because, testosterone levels are falling naturally, even if he wasn't a natural bodybuilder, a natural or whatever. So he could have lower levels of testosterone on that age. And any way you look at it, you have to take. If you are Greg, you just have to take it. That's just normal. It's therapeutic as well, and he is sustaining his physique. He is an active bodybuilder, and he is going to compete further into the future. So that is essential for his career, as existence, everything. Now he also takes other stuff when he has to compete, but that is also normal for being a professional bodybuilder. Okay, let's continue.
not accusing here, folks. According
No.
to my colleagues, this type of extreme low-fat diet and caloric deficit is not uncommon. But I just wanted to comment on the accusation because I know there's going to be a lot of flags about it in the comments.
That I was going to be offended? Oh, he takes PDs? Oh my God, I'm so butthurt over that.
So I do hope that he allows himself a little bit more fat and just more.
Are you nuts? I mean, guys, she is totally out of touch. She doesn't know Greg. She doesn't know anything about being a bodybuilder. It's just ridiculous. She is extremely incompetent to talk about this. So allow himself a bit more fat. Greg eats the ratios of fat that he needs to sustain himself. I mean, his health and his hormones. He just doesn't understand what he eats.
Foods that he actually likes the rest of the off-season year.
Yeah, I just hope that he actually includes foods that he actually likes. I feel bad for that Greg. He clearly has such a rigid diet. Oh
That's so
my
dumb.
goodness. Well, I feel so bad. Shucks darn it if Greg only ate something he liked once in a while. Abby, come on. I like so much. Salmon's the only thing I don't love, as I'm eating it, liking it so much. The only thing, and I still like it, I just don't love it.
Yeah, and he is talking with the presumption that you as an audience know what he eats because he is doing this, of course, the video on his channel. And yeah, if you know what he eats, it's the same principles of eating that I'm also following, that I also discovered, is that you can make so many recipes. And I did a review of Greg's book, by the way. So, cookbook. So, you can eat so many delicious things, unbelievable delicious things, pancakes, cake. I posted my protein recipe of the cake, the past week. There are so many recipes, variations of different foods, even spaghetti, like eggs with banana omelet. And there's so many delicious things. I'm eating the most delicious things every day while also losing fat and being satiated and getting all the necessary carbs, proteins, and fats in my organism so I can sustain, perfect hormone levels while I'm also losing fat. A lot of people do not know this, especially for women, it's crucial because we are gonna lose our periods. Yeah, so there are so many thin things here. I mean thin, I mean very, very crucial little facts that if you don't know them, you're going to screw your health. But a lot of people think, and this is where I'm coming from, where Greg is also coming from, is that if you think that you only have to torture yourself, that you can only achieve your best physique with broccoli and chicken like the regular bodybuilding way, and that's the only way you can achieve eating clean, so to speak, the standard way, that's not the truth at all. So she doesn't know what Greg eats. She doesn't know what his diet is like, his meals. She didn't check his book to see what actual recipes are there, and she just assumes that he's torturing himself to stay lean all year round, where that is not the case at all. He's eating the most delicious things ever. And like he said, the only thing that he doesn't like is the fish, but he eats it for the health benefits.
I actually saw a video where he shared his off-season grocery haul, and yeah, it was pretty much all the same stuff.
Is she hating on me because I didn't get pizza and ice cream
Yeah.
and chocolate bars and chips?
And yeah, by the way, all the same stuff, that's very, very important point here. I'm also like circulating several things, and I'm making different things from those products, like the eggs, quark, cottage cheese, for instance. I mostly eat quark because it's a lot cheaper and it's even with the better nutritional values, macro ratios than the cottage cheese. So I use quark, I use eggs, I use zucchini and mushrooms, some tomatoes. For the pancakes, low-fat milk, low-fat yogurt, skyr, which is high protein, super low-fat, milk, and I'm getting all the best fats from the egg yolk. So there's like the same products that you're circling, and with which of them you're making a lot of recipes that are extremely delicious, like stevia syrup as well. That is, it's sweetened with stevia, but it contains rare fruit like strawberries, raspberries, and it's almost 0 calorie. So you need all of those things that you buy, like if you're a regular person, if you're used to cooking particular things, like for instance, my mom is used to cooking potatoes with meat and rice and chicken, all of those things. She's gonna buy rice and chicken, and it's still the same things that she is circling around. A lot of people live like that, eat like that. And for bodybuilding purposes, you have to find those groceries, those products that are gonna make the whole difference in your life. And so, of course, that if you're a bodybuilder, you're also going to have the same stuff, and you're just gonna circle them around. Like for instance, for the ice cream that I'm doing, it's a variation of what Greg is doing, his ice cream. I need, egg whites, I need protein powder, I need stevia to sweeten it, bananas, so strawberries, ice. Well, I'm making my own ice, but you know what I mean. That is not an argument. So what is she saying here? It's just ridiculous. She wants to say, I understand what she is going for. She likes to say like, well, he's eating the same stuff, so he's torturing himself. No, it's no different than what you're doing and how you're eating the same stuff. You're just circling them in a different way. And yeah, absolutely ridiculous. Okay, continuing.
Is she what is this, a health shamer? I feel like she's picking on me and accusing me of being too healthy.
Yeah.
Like literally, like she's literally made a video, and if I don't eat junk food, she's hating on me. It's almost like she's making a video to say, you have to like junk or else you're a bad person. It's almost like, I'm not judging you, Greg, but the fact that you're eating all those foods that are healthy and not junky and don't have a lot of fat and sugar, I don't like that about you.
Now, are there
Exactly.
any problematic claims or assumptions made by this channel? Oh boy, where do I even start?
I just want to slap her around the face, like across the face, like right in that, like you know, like, I'm sorry. I mean, I was a professional just 2 seconds ago. No, guys, I'm allowed to express what the heck I think. And that is how we're gonna say it in Bulgaria, you know? That's a joke, okay? That's a joke. But the point is that, I mean, that means to translate from Bulgarian mentality to English speaking American mentality, that means that first you are being disrespectful to Greg. Yes, I am being kind of disrespectful to her because she is making these I mean, her attitude is just atrocious, first of all, and she is actually doing harm to a lot of people that listen to her. And they see this attitude, they don't know anything about nutrition. She wants to make a ton of money out of what she is selling as well, and she wants to, I mean, she's catering to people that basically don't want to put a lot of effort and expect that with lower effort they're gonna achieve like great results, and then gonna make a tons of excuses about how they're looking like. So she's getting to those people that like to make excuses and think that everything else, that all the fitness models, all those people, that the only way that to look like them is like unrealistic, and you have to torture yourself and work out 24 hours a day, and all of that actor nonsense that also Hollywood actors have to say, because otherwise, I mean, it's not like they are not training for a role, don't get me wrong, they are training very hard for a role, but you can get in the same shape just in lower span of time, not so fast. They're doing a lot of other things, taking some substances to also get into a better shape, and they do have to be more strict because they are having to get into a particular shape for like 3 months, and if they didn't sustain their physique in some kind of a way, and all of a sudden they have to get into this or that kind of a type of look, they do have to make some drastic changes. But that doesn't mean that you, as somebody that wants to improve yourself, have to get into this mindset. I mean, you have to make that kind of an effort. You have to make an effort, but it's not that drastic or insane, and you can still achieve that body of your dreams that you want. It's just gonna take a bit more time, but you're gonna make it in extremely healthier way. You're gonna be satiated, happy, not hungry. You're gonna eat the pancakes, you're gonna eat the French toast, you're gonna eat whatever you like. That is my idea. That is how I work as well. That's how I teach people, So yeah, continuing, I mean, I just wanted to say that the conventional thinking is where she's coming from, and thus she is far with her information with like, well, I don't know, at least 10 years far behind.
Well, number one, I don't like that he explicitly promotes the underconsumption of healthy fats.
I obviously know nothing about healthy fats. I didn't have flax and anything. She didn't even express. She even went over my diet and showed that I was eating healthy fats.
I'm happy to see some healthy omega-3s in the salmon.
But yet then says that I'm not eating any, or promoting people not to have any. It doesn't make any sense. Look at my diet plans. I don't get it. Come on.
Yeah.
Lead out the part where I say because we know that's offensive.
I do worry that painting all fat so aggressively with a bad brush has real power to promote some orthorexic tendencies.
What are you talking about, woman? Greg never said anything like that. Not only that, but yeah, if you eat too much fat, fat is turning into fat. You only need to eat enough fat to sustain your hormone levels and health. You don't need to overeat the fat just because fat is healthy. Fat is not healthy in large quantities. Nothing is. Nothing is. Okay? And fat is turning into fat. So it's not like the body has to convert it to turn into fat. It is turning into fat. I mean, it does not turn into fat. It is fat, just stores it directly as fat. That's another topic. I'm just saying that Greg also knows all of that. So she is still making assumptions about him, how he thinks, what he promotes, what he is teaching, out of nothing, out of her butt, basically, without actually knowing what he is saying or understanding what he's saying, because she does not have this knowledge. Being a dietitian does not mean that you have all the knowledge. I'm a nutritionist and a fitness and health and wellness coach. That doesn't mean that I know everything, but I did dedicated my whole young life to this point to learn it, because I also had a tons of problems of losing weight, being fit, building muscle, all of those things. So it's not easy for me. I mean, a lot of people, like recently actually, and hi, dears Clyde, I know that you're at work and I was streaming too early, but I had to. Recently, one of the guys that watches me, he is one of those people exactly the audience that she is targeted in, that knows nothing about losing fat, that knows nothing about being healthy, that knows nothing about sustaining yourself. He thinks that he has to go like starving to lose weight, and he's a young guy, but he's like drinking beers, and he's like, I'm gonna drink for you, and I'm like, do not drink for me. I don't want you. I don't want you to drink for me. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Just, yeah, because he's basically bragging about how he's going for a beer, and then after 2 hours, he's going to go for another beer. And I'm like, okay. Very bad way of living, because beer has carbs, has alcohol. What's the body gonna do? It's gonna process the alcohol first, then the carbs, which means that to the point where, I mean, for the time that's gonna get to the carbs and you're not wasting much of an energy, you're just eating and drinking, and you also have food in your system. By the time it gets to the food, you're probably not gonna even get to that in terms of calorie burn, because he's not active, and then everything that he's eaten is gonna get stored. Jesus Christ. I mean, there's so many things that I could say about lack of knowledge of people, and she just hammering down how much less of a knowledge you need to, like, so to speak, how much less of a knowledge you're still going to have if you're listening to what she's saying. So it doesn't mean that I know everything as well, but I sure hair know, and Greg knows, a lot more about diet, training, and nutrition, because we are people, with Greg I mean, that try to build a physique a lot more than the average physique. And who looks better? Who looks better? Her or somebody that's like building a physique, you know? I don't want to say me, but yeah. Who looks better? She doesn't look like somebody that's fit at all. She just looks like she's not fat, you know, like too much above the normal, but she doesn't look fit, you know what I mean? So so that's one other thing, that a coach should look the way that they, I mean, they have to look in shape all the time. Otherwise, what kind of a coach are you if you cannot sustain, if you cannot prove to your clients that you can sustain the shape all year round? Yes, I'm getting like 1 kilo above, down, there's different circumstances, but I look, you know, the same 99% of the time, or I'm getting better and better and better. Now, if I eat more carbs, I look more bloated, which I did show it on my Instagram these days. And, you know, I'm retaining more water, but yeah, I can like circulate some recipes and eat more carbs in certain ways and certain days, and then the body's gonna store more water because of that, because in every grams of fat, you're storing more water. That's a fact. That doesn't mean that I gain weight fat. That means that, because I was still in a caloric deficit and I was still active, but it does mean that the body will store more water. So for like 2 days, I may look a bit more bloated with less like definition, but then the definition is gonna return the next day if I keep sustaining that level of calorie intake and calorie burn. So energy in, energy out. You cannot break the laws of thermodynamics. Thank you very much, dear Clayton.
Are you kidding me, Abby? You're freaking serious?
Yeah, Abby. Yeah, Abby. Are you kidding
There's
us?
no way that people that watch my channel that have seen the 100 videos would agree with you.
Now, next is that he consistently promotes the underconsumption of calories.
That would mean that I'm promoting anorexia. I do not do that. I promote people to pick a weight and slowly try to achieve that weight by slowly losing weight to get there. Whatever that is for you, do it.
I know I
Exactly.
warned you about his less than sensitive choice of words, but in this video, he actually suggested that the average person looks like poop, and that in order to look above average, you're going to have to need to eat less calories than what's
Okay, dear
recommended.
Clayton.
If you're already
Love
happy
it.
with how you look, eat the same calories. If you're overweight, eat less calories. How simple can I make it? She just wants to be, oh, I'm this nicety, I say nice things and I speak in a nice tone. She's telling you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. What you need to hear is put the freaking fork down.
Yes.
Put it down and stop eating
Yes.
so much.
I mean, like I've said, guys, she is catering to those people that just want to hear, like, oh my gosh, eat intuitively, like, don't push yourself, like, don't punish yourself, like, don't. Jesus Christ, I also been there. I also been there, you know. So yeah, it's hard to not eat more, but once you like put the effort to lower your calories, to eat high volume foods that are more satiating, that are still gonna get your pancakes, still gonna get whatever you like. You can make alternative recipes of everything, donuts, muffins, bunnies, if you know what that is, spaghetti, all the things that you like. You can make some kind of variation of that, and it's going to be a lot healthier for you and still very delicious. And also your taste buds are gonna change. I made a video a few weeks ago about how I did have a cheat day for once, because I never like switch my foods. I'm making, you know, healthier pizzas that are also very delicious. I make just alternatives of everything that are lower calorie, but I'm still getting the pizza. The way that I make the cake, so I have my cake and at I mean, to have my cake I need it too. So I'm eating a cake, but it's protein cake, and one piece is 127 calories, as a normal cake would be around 400 calories a piece. So still eating a cake, still delicious, but it's very nutritious, and it has so much protein and no sugar. So I'm not getting the sugar, insulin spikes. I'm not getting to diabetes. I'm not risking my health. I'm actually eating protein, which is high. It has high thermic effect, which means that the body spends like 20% of that piece of cake that I take in, so it can digest it, which is great. You're wasting calories while you're digesting the protein, and you're getting all the amino acids in the protein in the cake. You're getting the gelatin. Gelatin is for the bones, it's for the ligaments, for the joints. Oh my gosh, it's for the skin. So you're getting extremely healthy freaking cake, and you're getting a cake, which is tasting like a cake. Nobody knows these things. It's a life changing. It's a life changing. It's game changing. That's why I cannot wait for one day, you know, to make my own cookbook. And I'm working on new recipes basically every day, because I'm switching some of the things that I eat, switch them around, like I said, with the same products, but just different. And it's just amazing. I'm enjoying my meal times. Oh my gosh, pudding creams, are you kidding me? Large bowl of a pudding cream that's like, let me think, it's about 160 calories, like the whole bowl, and I can eat that and enjoy it. It's chocolatey and it kills my craving for chocolate. It's like ready in 10 minutes. What? So there's so many things that people do not know about nutrition, and that's why I'm supporting Greg in making this video as well, because he's all like only not only, but the words that I'm looking for. He is like the one person besides myself that I ever met. I mean, I haven't met him in life, but ever seen that it has the same principles that I also discovered about diet. Like, enjoy yourself, have your great meals, just make an alternative out of them, make low calorie options out of them, because at the end of the day, it is calories in, calories out. It is. But we're gonna get to that. So I'm just gonna like bring it a bit forward. So she's trying to say that he is giving bad advice because he's promoting to eat less calories. Well, if she doesn't know, it's scientifically proven now that having less calories in your diet, and fasting as well, fasting is another topic, but having less calories overall is protecting your cells of from I'm sorry, I'm so passionate about this, from aging. From aging, it's protecting your whole organism from aging. The less you eat, but of course you have to get your vital nutrients, but beyond that, if you're eating more, that's why you're gaining weight. If you're gaining weight, you're eating more than you're expanding. So it does not make any sense to eat more calories than you need to. So I'm eating vast, like quantities of food, in terms of quantities, but they're in a few calories, and I'm still getting everything in so I can be healthy and energetic. Right now, at the point of making the stream live, it's 2 and 10 minutes in Bulgaria. It's 2 in the afternoon. I have not eaten since yesterday. I ate at the latest, I think, exactly at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock in the afternoon was the last time that I consumed any calories, and that was actually a Pepsi drink with 1 calorie. So yeah, so but my food was consumed last food, a piece of food was consumed at 4. So I haven't eaten food since yesterday at 4 in the afternoon, and now it's 2:10, and I have zero like slowing down or feeling bad or feeling less energetic. Yeah, I'm drinking water and black coffee, which helps as well. But I can fast. I train my body to fast for 20 hours or more now. I can fast for even longer than that, and I feel great. The body switched to fat metabolism and takes from the fat depots, all those things. So I'm gonna address, I don't want to make this forever, so there's so many like valuable information that I want to stress out so you can see how much you don't know and how much you must know in order to not be swayed or straight out lied by a person, people like Abby here, that just wants to make money out of your mindset that, oh my gosh, I have to torture myself, which is not true, and oh my gosh, I have to take so little calories, which you think that that's automatically gonna make you hungrier, where in fact it's all about the volume of food and the quality of food that you're eating, in which you can actually eat 2 times as more than you're eating now, but be a lot more satiated in terms of the quantity, 2 times more in quantity, but twice as less as calories. So that is freaking possible. I'm just gonna say one last thing. Yesterday I was streaming on my main channel, Detroit Become Human, and what happened in the game, it's a very interactive game, is that one of the main characters, he's a police guy, he bought a freaking hamburger that was 1,680 calories, the whole hamburger. Now, I personally haven't seen this kind of a hamburger before in my life with that many calories, but most hamburgers, burgers, whatever, they're so high in calories in general. And the android was like, this burger has too many calories. This is, vastly above your daily caloric intake in terms of what's recommended and the ratios of fat, carbs, and protein. The protein was not high, but the point is that he's already taking with one meal 50% of what he should eat throughout the day, and that's not even gonna make him satiated. That hamburger, he's gonna be hungry in like an hour, because the hamburger has like fake meat most of the time. Even if it has real meat, it has some condiments that are like 100 calories by themselves. Yeah, it has some fake tomatoes. If you're in McDonald's, if you're eating their vegetables, they're like from, the most fakest plastic things I ever tasted in my life, back when I used to eat my McDonald's. And the bread is not even bread, it's fake. It's so freaking like made from the cheapest possible white flour, coated with sugar. It's all made to be salt and tasty, so you can be super into that and want to eat it. It tricks the brain. It literally triggers a chemical reaction in your brain to want to eat that. That's already been scientifically proven, and they're actually making junk food in labs based upon what makes your brain react to, what makes your brain being addicted to certain combinations of foods, and that is salty and sugary. So guys, there's so many things that you don't know. There really is. So by eating this hamburger, you could be eaten, for 1,680 calories, you can eat 6 or 7 of the meals that I do for the day. You can eat pizza for that. Pizza. You can eat pizza plus pudding plus pancakes plus ice cream. Plus one other thing that I do, like, it's It's like a burrito. You can eat my cake as well. You can eat one of my cupcakes as well. For all of that calories, you can eat all of those foods. Let that sink in. But instead of you're gonna choose to eat this hamburger, you have to be crazy. Crazy. You're gonna be even full from the first like 2 or 3 meals that I'm gonna present to you. So imagine like eating the rest, like the cupcakes and the pancakes and the cake, omelette. I make a great omelette. So all of that, 5 or 6 meals in the span of these calories. And I'm pretty sure that I have to like put one more muffin or one more of the pancake so I can like fill in those calories, because I'm pretty sure that for the portions that I'm eating, there's gonna be like 100 and like 1500 calories instead of 1680. So yeah, I have to like crank up the volume so I can get to those calories with my meal. So you can eat 5 or 6 of my meals instead of this freaking hamburger. So that is how a lot of foods are designed. They're designed to be small but very high in calories, so you can eat and they can taste amazing, so you can eat more and more, and then at the end of the day you're eating like 3000 calories and you're still hungry. So that is what we call it in Bulgaria being fat and hungry. That's a problem. That's a problem for a lot of people because they do not know what is in food. They do not know even what is a calorie, and they do not know how foods combine to make you be addictive to them and just never stop eating them and feel like you're in this circle of never ending. I cannot lose weight. Oh my gosh. So that's what I'm also here to correct as a coach. But let's continue. Yeah, let's continue.
About his less than sensitive choice of words. But in this video, he actually suggested that the average person looks like poop, and that in order to look above average, you're going to have to need to eat less calories than what's recommended.
If you're already happy with how you look, eat the same calories. If you're overweight, eat less calories. How simple can I make it? She just wants to be, oh, I'm this nice.
Yeah, I just returned it a bit because I wanted to also address this point. Greg says that the average person looks like poop. A lot of people look like poop. That's the case, unfortunately. Just like even if you turn into a TLC or something and you see how the average American man or woman now looks, no offense, that's just the reality of things. Everybody are like overweight now. That's like the normal thing. I recently saw one of my friends get a girlfriend, and I know that he likes like leaner girls and he likes to be in shape as well, and I saw that his new girlfriend is like obese, and I'm like, what the heck? Well, he is desperate and he wants to have a girlfriend, and he, all the girls that are in his life right now are just, very overweight. So what the heck, he prefers to have a girlfriend than to be alone. So yeah, I get that, but the point is that before was everybody are fit or at least lean enough, and now the normal is everybody are fat. That's a huge freaking problem. Oh, Jesus. And in Bulgaria, it's similar situation as well. A lot of women are a lot fatter, or they look a lot older just because they're overweight and they do not know what the heck they're doing with themselves. And being super nice, fat shaming is not, of course, the way, but you have to be able to help people, because when you get a ton of diseases because of your weight, your blood pressure and your vessels, blood vessels getting stuck with fat. So many. I didn't express myself that good here. But yeah, my uncle was like this as well. He got his blood sample back one day and it was, fat just sitting, at the end of, not the end, but it was like halfway, his blood here and the fat just sitting down into the sample, and it was very scary, and they said that he's gonna freaking just get a heart attack at 40 and die. So it's a serious issue, and not like no amount of be super gentle about it will not help the people lose weight. Yeah, of course, I also as a coach am understanding, because I was overweight. I was not obese, but I was like in that category of over the normal weight, even with a bit, but I look puffy and bloated and like I'm gonna pop. I did that to myself in a very short period of time. Before that, I was normal, but not like athletic. So I seen how I'm losing the control of everything, and I didn't know what I'm doing with myself. So it's very important to have the knowledge, because without the knowledge, you're also getting into this mental state of making the excuses. And I want to be, as a coach, someone that is caring, and because I was there, so I know how to help, take people by the hand, just help them gradually change their habits, gradually, have a better understanding about food and how they can eat, and just going by their health and everything, having into this I mean, getting getting them in, sorry, into this mindset that is the healthier mindset, that is not the I'm making excuses mindset because I'm overweight or fat or anything like that, but knowing that you can be better, and that it's not that hard to be better, but you have to take the first step and then the second one, like step by step. No one is saying like, oh my gosh, you have to be a model in 2 weeks time, or 3 months even, or 4 months. Gradual changes. You have to change your life, not just be fit for the summer. You have to change your life in a general sense, like forever, to be fit forever. And that is what Greg is also promoting. Actually, he doesn't want to be um, insincere, like he's showing here, because all those people, dietitians, they're insincere. They're like, oh my gosh, let me like caress your head now. No, become, you're fat, but that's okay. That's okay. You're trying. That's not what's gonna get you in a better health or results, or gonna change the way that you look. That's not gonna help. Normal, or being well, that's super disrespectful to me, actually, to uh, act like, to treat someone like a child and protect their feelings, instead of being frank about it and be like, look, you're overweight, but that doesn't mean that you can't change, that you cannot like better your health. You have to change. Change is like a word that like people get triggered from. It's not pleasant. It was not pleasant for me, people just seeing me and be like, are you pregnant or something? And I'm like, that was like such an insult for my inner being to hear. But then I realized, yeah, I gained weight so fast. Oh, my clothes didn't fit. Wonder what that is. Why that is. So you have to get a slap, and people should tell you like, what is going on? Are you okay? It's not pleasant. It's not pleasant. But if anybody didn't tell me by that time, I was just lost. So even I, with my abilities to dissect everything, to think through, critically thinking, be objective about myself, even I was lost in that moment. So I needed a wake-up call. I needed it. And now I'm in the best shape of my life. And I'm a coach. All those things happen because I got a grip. So from normal or regular and a bit overweight, I got to a coach status. Yeah, I always been training and working out, and even then, but I overconsume calories, and that made me fat. That made me fat. And thank God that I didn't get as fat as to, get damages on my body, because that will be terrible. Oh, Jesus. It's great that I have a good skin, but and I also didn't get that fat. But the point is that I was getting there, just like 1 kg above that, even like two. I was gonna get that. It's not pretty, guys. Okay, let's continue, because when I remember that, it's so painful. So that's why I said to myself, I will never get to that state. I will never allow myself to fool myself to think that I can have like so many excuses, and in the end, what excuses did for me was absolutely nothing. No results from excuses. No results. No results from being regular. No results from being normal and not knowing how to do things. This is freaking science of nutrition here that me and Greg, reached. And a lot of doctors even do not know this. I mean, my own personal doctor is fat. So imagine how much doctors know about health and nutrition. None. They only know how to prescribe you, medicine, and medicine is like the solution of everything. Well, when I had my stomach problems before, when I got my stomach acids, because from all of the diets that I tried, I got terrible stomach acids, the doctors were just like, here's that pill. Here's this pill. Yeah, for us, it's like, here, yeah. Oh, you probably have like a gastrite or something. I don't know how that is in English, but my mom used to have that. And it's basically your stomach acids. It tries to eat your stomach from inside because the acid is just, very high, very acidic, so to speak. And I fixed that, how? With fasting, which a lot of people will say, well, if you're not eating, isn't that gonna make your stomach acid worse? Well, no, I actually fixed my stomach. Completely fixed my stomach. I couldn't drink before the sparkly drinks because when I was a kid, I damaged my stomach by drinking too much like cola and a lot of other like sparkly, sugary drinks. And I totally destroyed my stomach flora. Then I had so many diets, I destroyed it from that as well, and to a point where I couldn't even, go a day without having these stomach acids or heartburn, how people are gonna call it in America. And it was horrible torture every day. So I fixed that with no eating in the morning and just drinking water. So intermittent fasting with water. I even couldn't drink black coffee on an empty stomach because that also upset my stomach. Now I'm drinking like for at least 5 or 4 years black coffee and on an empty stomach. That's espresso, by the way, and I feel great. It just suppresses my hunger, and my body continues to use the fat metabolism to burn fat, not not anything else, not the food that I've eaten. I mean, the glycogen, I also have still glycogen from yesterday, but that's another. I'm just gonna get in another type of science here. I mean, a lot more of the science. So that's a topic for another day. But I'm just saying once again, guys, and emphasizing that there's so much you don't know, and yeah, you need to know. So Abby here cannot pretend like she is what authority on health and nutrition, but at the same time, she does not look like a fitness model.
Nicely, I say nice things and I speak in a nice tone. She's telling you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. What you need to hear is put the freaking fork down. Put it down and stop eating so much.
Yeah.
What you want to hear is it's your genetics. You can eat as much food as you want as long as you eat it a certain way. As long as your macros balance out and as long as you fix your hormones and you're pretty on the inside and the outside and everything about you's beautiful and wonderful. And you're not going to die of a heart attack even though you're 100 pounds overweight because that's okay. Everything's okay.
In fact, just moderately active females and males need 2,000 and 2,800 calories respectively to sustain their health.
Are you nuts?
They don't. Nope, Abby, they don't. So what I'm against is people that promote overeating and thinking that they're going to lose weight. I don't like when people think that they can just eat all those calories. Because guess what? When a woman hires me for a diet plan and I give them a 1,500 calorie diet, they're going to say, oh, Coach Craig, you're undernourishing me. I saw Abby, she said I need to eat 2,000 calories. Even though I've been eating 1,600 a day and I'm overweight, and you're putting me on a 1,500 calorie diet to lose weight, nope, I should be eating 2,000 because Abby told me. It's hormones.
So promoting under-eating in order to better ourselves is just unsafe and not healthy at all.
She's crazy. So yeah, if you eat that much of calories that's recommended is bullcrap. It's not true at all. You're gonna get fat from so many calories. That's the truth.
I don't promote under-eating to better ourselves. I promote eating less and putting the fork down. If you want, yes, that's right. If you want to lose weight, I promote eating less calories because I'm not a freaking moron.
Now, third is the constant dichotomization of foods as good and bad. And for this, I do want to share a quick clip. Warning, Greg's delivery is intense.
Stop watching right now because I'm going to tell you that chocolate bars are bad foods and apples are good for you. Oh, no, Coach, there's no such thing as good food and bad food. You're spreading the wrong message. Shut up! A chocolate bar is bad food. An apple is good food. And yeah, I labeled some foods are healthier than others.
Yeah.
But warning, don't watch it. Be careful. He's about to say something you don't want to hear. He's going to say something you need to hear.
Exactly.
You want to argue with me all day? Go ahead. You're just being stupid.
Wow. Okay, so
Wow, oh, okay. Oh, I'm nice and polite and oh my goodness gracious, golly gee. Did you see the language on that guy? He raised his voice. I'm Miss Innocent Abbey. Abbey Shark doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I'm a nice girl. I don't raise my voice. I just make fun of him by showing clips that take it out of context. Yeah, that's me.
eating a cupcake does not make you a bad person. And eating an apple does not make you inherently a good person. This kind of language is at the root of orthorexic eating patterns, and it really...
What language? What language? He is never said anything of the sort. That's not his meaning at all. He's saying, yeah, apple is a lot more healthier than a chocolate bar. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
needs to stop.
So I'm pretty
You
sure I
need
never
to
said
stop.
that you're a bad person if you eat a cupcake, and that you're a good person if you eat an apple.
But we can make them morally equal by dropping this kind of language.
I don't think I signed a moral code on the foods that you're eating. Pretty sure I just said they're not good for you and these are good for you. Pretty sure that's as far as I went.
Yeah, I mean, facts, people. Today, everybody are like offended from a fact. It's a fact, and you can eat a chocolate bar if it's like a protein bar, if it's like lower calorie. What is the point of eating like Snickers that has 300 calories, and for that you can eat pancakes or Greg's ice cream, which is huge. You have to be crazy to eat a chocolate bar. You're never gonna be satisfied by the Snickers bar, but you're gonna be satisfied by the whole bucket of ice cream. That's a lot healthier.
Now, number 4 is his assumption that weight is a personal choice.
Weight is a personal choice.
It is.
If you choose to eat more food, you're going to gain weight. If you choose to eat less food, you're going to lose weight. Now, of course, obviously, genetics has a lot to do with it. The hunger hormones, how many fat cells you were born with, all these factors can have a huge impact.
Yeah, they have. Of course, they can have a huge impact, but that doesn't mean that you cannot change. And it's still based on those factors that you have to measure your calories. So if you are screwed and you're gaining weight easier, you have to then learn more about food, which foods you can eat, so to speak, how to combine them so you can eat more but still get into the calorie deficit that you need to be in. And about your hormones, you can learn how to improve that so you're not getting as fat in that way. So many things, but still no excuse.
On how hungry you are and how much you want to eat.
Yeah.
Your body, it wants to be a certain weight. It's a set point theory. I talked about this in many videos. But you can choose to lower it.
Yeah, exactly. You can choose to lower it. And I also talked about my body set point, how it likes to be like at 55, 56 kgs. No matter how much muscle mass I have, it just loves to be in that. And I don't. I prefer to be like 52 kgs for my height. Yeah, the point is that you have to, put a bit more effort on that to get lower, but doesn't mean that that's bad for you. It's still gonna be prophylactic and good if you lose a bit more, even if that body set point is somewhere. And like, let's say if it's higher, that means that you already got fatter and then your body set point got too high. And you can also reset that and teach your body that it can have actually a lower body set point that can also be changed. Your body can be programmed the way that I programmed it now to sustain me and not be hungry for 20 hours, in a day. And I can do whatever I want with no problems.
Or you can choose to raise it. Stop pretending you have absolutely no control over your life. The way she's talking, it's as if she thinks that you can't change anything. You can change. Low calorie dense foods, eat less calories than you're currently eating, and you will in fact lose weight. It's hard. Of course it's hard. You're going to miss the ice cream and the chips and candies. But there's suitable replacements that taste pretty freaking good.
Yeah, that is what he can do. He can do the candy, the ice cream, how I can. The chips. I will need chips in general, no matter what you can replace it with. it's just my choice. He eats, low calorie popcorn, but I don't find it filling. So for me, that's not an option. But for somebody else, could be.
That's what my cookbook does.
Greg seems to think that there is only one reason people can be overweight. They eat too much, and that makes it a personal choice. However, we know that the whole picture has a lot more complex layers than that. As I mentioned before, while yes, our weight may be influenced by our diet, of course, it is also largely determined by our genetics, the environment that we live and work in,
Duh.
biome, our hormones, certain diseases and medications, and yes, even restriction. We know that weight is the result of so much more than calories in and calories out.
No, Abby, it's calories in, calories out, which are influenced by those other factors.
Exactly.
They're influenced by them. And you didn't put the clip where I said, exercise is a reward. I said, stop sitting on your ass and making excuses not to exercise just because of the freaking pandemic. Stop just sitting on your ass and eating chips. Go out and move.
Yeah, I lost weight during the pandemic. Yeah, I didn't gain weight, I lost weight. So, you can even do that if you want. It's a choice. Yes, it is.
Move! Get off your ass! Stop being freaking, oh, it's okay, just sit around. Oh my goodness. No, Abby, it's not all freaking K. It is if you don't care about being healthy and living a long and healthy life, but if you do, it's not okay.
You know why this law shouldn't be applied to humans like it is machinery? Because we, unlike machines, can have irregular insulin responses, dysfunctional thyroids, fluctuating hormones, and or prescribed medications that change how we store and
I'm just gonna say that the fluctuating hormones, once again, because I had this problem and I never had problems with hormones like my whole life, just when I started keto dieting and then I switched to low fat. So one is high fat, one is low fat. In both of these situations, because there is no balance, you're either one way or the other way, yeah, my hormones got screwed in both of those instances for the first time in my life. So when I got the right ratios of fats and carbs, everything got perfect. So you can also control even that. If you know what you're doing with diet, you can fix yourself, you can fix your health, you can fix your hormone levels, you can do a lot of things with that. So the fact that she doesn't know that you can change actually those factors through the diet and through the calories that you're eating, what the heck, like what kind of a dietitian are you if you don't know one of the key points, like knowledge of how you can change your whole life and physique just by knowing that. So she doesn't know and she makes like excuses on the side, like diet doesn't influence all of that. No, it freaking does. And food influences all of your health. And then of course it's exercise. It's how much you're training and moving.
Metabolize fat in our body.
Obviously, Abby, but that just means it's influencing either the calories in or the calories out.
Yeah, that's well.
It's still calories in or out. It's just influencing how many calories are being burned or how many are being eaten.
Yeah.
If you take a medication that makes you hungrier and you eat more, it's making you eat more. So you need to eat less to lose the weight. If you're taking medication that's making you have a slower metabolism, then you need to eat less to balance that slower metabolism.
Exactly.
But self-loathing and being miserable eating foods that you don't like and not eating enough food to meet your body's basic needs is not my definition of being the best version of yourself.
Do I promote people to self-load and eat foods that you don't like and be miserable?
No.
Or do I do the exact freaking opposite, Abby?
Exact freaking opposite is what he's doing. I just want to get back a bit more.
My definition of being the best version of yourself.
Yeah, that's where she's wrong. I mean, she's wrong in the sense that you cannot reach the best version of yourself if you're making tons of excuses and you don't know what you're talking about, which she doesn't.
Do I promote people to self-load and eat foods that you don't like and be miserable? Or do I do the exact freaking opposite, Abby? Coach Greg, and I am here to talk to you about the top 10 things to avoid to lose weight, burn fat, get ripped, stripped, shredded, whatever.
Shripped.
Next, number 6. Eating too strict. cutting out food groups and stuff, going keto, saying, oh, I can only eat chicken, rice, and broccoli, chicken, tilapia, and some fish, and cutting out all sweets, all junk, all yummy, delicious foods in your whole life. That doesn't work long term. It might work short term if you have.
Yeah, it works. It does work short term. That's what actors do. That's what their trainers know. But it's still wrong. It's still wrong. Even in short term, for a role, you can eat all those things that I mentioned, because all that matters is the calories in, calories out, and the macro ratios. You need to eat enough protein, enough fat, and enough carbs to sustain yourself. Now, sometimes you do need to get on a lower fat or the keto if you want to achieve certain look very, very fast. That's another topic. But for most people that just want to be in shape all year round, you have to eat for fat loss and health in the same time. And that's going to make things slower, but a lot healthier.
Okay.
Enough with that.
Last but not least, these advanced intuitive eating and self-compassion.
Self-compassion, that's such a cancerous thing to say, because it just sends the wrong message. You cannot make excuses for yourself. Yes, of course, when I lost weight, when I was trying to lose weight and come to terms with how fat I've gotten, I try to not like being too harsh to myself, but from one kind of a way. You do have to realize that, yeah, you screwed things up and you were careless, you didn't know what you're doing, so here's the result of it. So you see how the consequences are getting to your, to your butt, and how things are shitting. Sorry, I'm sorry, it's live. How things are just coming around and biting you in the butt. That's what I mean. So if you think like, oh, self-compassion, that means that, oh yeah, I'm so self-compassionate, I'm gonna eat this cake now, this regular 400 calorie cake. That's not self-compassion, that is killing yourself, because if you get used to eating like this, you're gonna get overweight, you're gonna shorten your life, you're not gonna exercise, all of those things. So that's not the way to think. That's exactly the cancerous way of thinking of body positively. So body positivity, sorry. It's all live, so I'm also on the clock. I have to get things moving, and I don't want to make this like 2 hours. It's already 1 hour. So yeah, that is the cancerous thinking of body positivity. That's what you should not do, because if you get into this mindset that has no progression behind it, has no self-improvement behind it, you're just making excuse after excuse, and you look worse and worse and worse, and you're, your body doesn't care. It cannot tell you with words that you're killing it, but there's a lot of things that you're doing to it to increase your appetite and cravings that you don't even realize that you're doing. So all of those things, all of those bad habits and bad, just programming your body in a bad way can lead to so many consequences so fast. And in the long term, you're just killing yourself and truly shortening your life. So if you're thinking in a regular way, or if you're thinking in a way that is not improvement, cannot lead to any kind of a, better shape, then you're thinking how to get faster into the worst shape of your life. So intuitive eating as well. Intuitive eating is something that it just has to be understood correctly, and I'm going to talk about that when I get to my Stephanie Buttermore video that I want to make as well about what she did. That it's it's a long topic. Intuitive eating, for the most part, if you don't understand what you're doing and you try to intuitively eat, you're gonna still be fat, gain weight, and you're gonna worsen your health. So it's not for people that do not understand calories and nutrition. That's what I'm going to say for now.
Times of a global pandemic.
Yeah, I'm against intuitive eating and self-compassion. I'm against it. You're not allowed to eat a snack if you're hungry on my plan. Nope, I don't actually say, if you're hungry, eat an optional snack. I don't actually give varied meal choices with varied calories so that you can intuitively choose the one you want. Maybe you're hungry and you need to eat more, so you pick that one. Maybe you're less hungry, you pick that one. No, I don't actually have that on any of my diet plans. Now, do I? Have you seen any of my diet plans, Abby? Have you even seen one?
No, she's not.
No, you have not. You've not seen even one frigging diet plan I've given.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's better. It's better than yelling.
He's against intuitive eating and self-compassion, even during times of a global pandemic.
What does that has to do?
Telling yourself it's okay right now, that's going to be something you say to yourself every day.
Yeah.
I had a long day at work. I'm just going to sit down. Kids were freaking screaming too much. I'm going to just sit down. Kids were sick. Dog. Nah. Probably somebody yelled at me at work. Not exercise. All you're going to do is every day is find an excuse not to exercise. We need to find an excuse to exercise
Exactly.
for your health.
Exactly.
And it's not a punishment to eat healthy and exercise. It's not.
So this is his response to Stephanie Buttermore's amazing video on having self-compassion and patience with yourself during these crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about
times.
And
that,
right after
like I said.
that, I said exercise is a reward.
Yes, it
If
is.
you find that exercise to be a stressful type of thing, you need to progressively overload to be able to do that. So rather than see it as a whole hour walk, I can't do that. I'm Grandma Josephine. Go for a 5-minute walk. I'm not a drill sergeant. I yell a lot, yes. I am not a drill sergeant at all. I encourage people to go at their own pace. Moderate intensity cardio. Not hard, not stressful, something enjoyable.
Exactly.
And if you find going for a walk to be stressful and a chore, then I feel really bad for you. I really do. Your phys ed teacher, when you were growing up, did a bad job. Your parents, they raised you wrong.
Exactly.
It is sad to see exercise as a chore coming from someone who taught physical education for 12 years. I mean, that is disheartening to hear. I can't believe that I'm hearing that people think this. To think that exercise is a chore that you hate, that's such a bad thing that you can't do it due to the level of stress it causes in your life. Exercise is not a distress. It's a eustress. It's a good stress. It's the kind of stress that helps you live a longer life.
It builds you up.
Notice how she clipped that out. Notice how she just said, oh, I'm not going to post that in. I'm just going to make it look like he's trying to make fun of his girlfriend for eating pizza. Do you think it's appropriate to eat 5,000 calories of pizza and garlic fingers?
No.
Is that appropriate? Or should you maybe balance out your diet a little bit and go for a walk? Or should you sit on your ass and eat a bunch of junk food? What is better, you think? Which one's smarter? Which one will help you live a longer and healthier life?
He instead
Not the pizza.
have a no excuse approach to their diet plan and never have any wiggle room or space for gentle nutrition and intuition.
Even I, as a professional bodybuilder, allow myself that. This woman should be promoting me as about the only bodybuilder that makes sense in terms of dieting.
Exactly.
Not trying to tear me down, which she's trying to do unsuccessfully.
It was
Exactly.
honestly really hard watching this response to Stephanie's video because there are so many people out there that are just truly struggling with the stress of this pandemic.
You know what is a really good way to cope with this pandemic? Exercise.
Yes.
But yet you're trying to say, no, you just sit there and just love yourself. That's not going to work for most people.
That's not
It's just
gonna
not.
build you a body.
Practicing self-compassion is a great way to cope and grow throughout this process.
Yeah,
You're not
grow
gonna
waist
grow
height, gain
like
20
that.
pounds, and then guess what? Pandemic's over eventually, we hope, and then you're going to go on a crash diet again. You're not going to do what I preach, which is to eat healthy year-round, have balance and control, and enjoy what you're eating.
Exactly. Exactly. So if you're thinking like her, you're not never gonna achieve any kind of a better physique. You're just gonna be either more fat or gonna get worse in time because you think that you're gonna make a tons of excuses and that's gonna make you lose weight and look better if you're listening to her. So let's make all the excuses in the world. Like I've said, pandemic or not pandemic, a lot of people, including one of my dearest friends and fans, lost a ton of weight exactly on the pandemic, and he's getting compliments now about that. So yeah, just by listening to my advice, just by implementing some of the things. You don't need to implement all of the things. You just need to make small changes one after the other so you can get used to them, and then incorporate more into your life. That's how progress is made. That's what progress means, and to better yourself consciously and to have control over the things that you're eating and still enjoying yourself, still enjoying a lot of foods. Just like, okay, I said enough about that. Let's finish this.
Honestly, overall, this channel is just not a supportive place for those people who are looking to have a healthy relationship with food.
At first, I think that Greg is very supportive because he's actually telling the truth, how to get a grip and learn more about healthy eating and nutrition, how to make healthier recipes and options for different for different foods and types of like I've said, the protein cake is one example, the ice cream. You can eat twice as much with less and twice as less calories, and you can in that kind of a way eat a lot healthier. And she needs to work out, by the way, and fix her posture, because I don't know how somebody that is health dietitian has such posture. Like, what is this? She has like a what? Like a back. I don't know how this is exactly in English, but she has to fix that. It's not good for her, well, everything.
Food or their body.
Believe in yourself. You can freaking do it. Even though Abby doesn't think you can, I do. I believe in you. I think you can do it. You
Exactly.
can lose weight if you want to. Just try harder than last time. Watch more of my videos, learn more, find what tastes good, and find what you like that you can follow year round. And don't forget, if you can't stay on the diet forever, then don't do the diet in the first place. A diet shouldn't be a diet, it should be a way of life, a way of eating. And that's what my cookbook does. It's a way of eating.
And that's
for
what I
life.
promote.
No more dieting, no more crash dieting. You eat the way you want to eat forever. I'm telling you, it's gonna work.
Bottom line, Greg's channel promotes a no-excuse approach to dieting with lots of weight-exclusive talk going on.
There's nothing wrong with trying to be the best you, okay? Do not try to eat too strict. You will all vary in that. Some of you too strict might be just, not eating pizza more than 3 times a day. Maybe once a day is eating super strict. For everyone, it's different. For somebody else, maybe eating pizza only once a week is as strict as it could go. It depends on what your body can handle.
This is just not sustainable or healthy for the average person.
Are you even listening to what Greg says? No, she's
And it
not.
does not promote, I'm going to say it, Greg, a healthy relationship with food.
I'm too freaking worked up. I gotta finish the rest of this later. This is gonna be part 1, part 2.
Yeah, she has another video. Oh, Jesus. So yeah, that's it, guys, about this. I said everything that I could. Greg is just being a lot more knowledgeable than her, and he's telling the things that are actually true, and he is also emphasizing that he does not promote to starve yourself. Neither did I. It's the opposite. You can eat a ton of delicious things just to know how to prepare them, how to combine elements, ingredients, and then you can eat twice as more with twice as less the calories. So yeah, guys, I said everything like I've said, but just I can't emphasize also enough how such people like Abbey that catering to people that don't want to make the effort. They think that normal can achieve some kind of a good results. No, extraordinary knowledge. Sorry, the mic. Extraordinary knowledge and good strategy. Actually loving yourself because you want to improve yourself. That is what is gonna get you the results that you need. And just look at my video about how I looked before and how I look now. It's shocking, the difference. And this is all that I've made through knowledge and through effort. And yeah, what I tell you. I mean, I'm doing things now that I never believed possible physically. And I'm not depending on food. I'm not like thinking about food all the time. I'm not wasting time with food that much. I'm preparing everything at once, and it's just like in a span of 2 hours I'm eating everything and along with the preparation, because everything's quick and easy. so many things. So there's so many ways she just has no idea, and at least like for her, she had to take the time to check Greg's content, to see what he's really about, to understand this type of nutrition. But no, she just wants to spread her ways and her lies that are 10 years behind any kind of a truthful information, 10 years behind with the information. And you cannot trust this kind of a person. If you want the bodybuilding, I mean, the physique of a natural, let's say natural, well, even if you want a natural, but the point is, if you want the best physique possible, you can't have the chest and the abs, and you can't have the muscles all year round without starving yourself. You just have to have the knowledge, and this is what Greg is doing. This is what I'm doing, what I am promoting to do, because I also don't want to stress myself. I don't want to torture myself. That's why I reached the level of knowledge that I reached, so I can get to be in a good shape all year round and just progress and, you know, build more muscle and still building my physique. So there's always like a next level in some kind of a way in terms of knowledge or body shape that you can achieve. Just keep living that life. Don't live the life of a potato, couch potato. Live the life of an athlete, and don't think that that's that hard, or even you can save a ton of money. Let's not I'm gonna be here all day if I start talking about how you can save a ton of money, and not the opposite, how people think that they're gonna lose a ton of money if they try to eat healthy. That's not even the case. So a lot of things, but I have the whole channel to make a content about that, so you're gonna see a lot more to come here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Check out the links down below if you like, for my coaching as well, fitness and health coaching, for my OnlyFans fitness exclusive content, and fit sex educational content, which, like I say, is a Netflix, just a Netflix of a true sexual content. Thank you, Clayton, for joining right now again, and have a great day at work. What's left, I'm going to start my days of, start my meal preparing and eating, and then I'm gonna return a bit later. And that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, for the support. Till next time, Dietary reviews. Love you guys. Bye bye. And Clayton, love ya.